Now, every now and then, y'all get a passion video from me. This is one of those passion videos from me that you're getting right here. There's few things that upset me and that infuriate me more than what you are about to see here. Now, this is involving a whole bullying case that took place in China and a reaction from it because the consequences were not rough enough. But I really want to address this because y'all know that everything I do really revolves around kind of just creating a better environment. And y'all know I cannot stand people who bully. I think that bullies are the most weakest cowards in the freaking earth because they are. The bullies are just cowards. That's all they are. They're just the biggest cowards that you see. That's why you see them all the time on the internet. Keyboard warriors. Y'all know how I feel about that stuff. Y'all know how I feel about people picking on people who will not fight back, or bullying people who might be weaker than them or whatnot. Y'all know how I feel about those people, and y'all know I have zero issue confronting these people. This is one of the situations that really made my blood boil, and I really need to address it because it is applied to the grand scope of things, and it heavily is applied to today's internet as well, because a lot of people are just like this on the internet, and they hide behind these screens to do these things as such. But nonetheless, we'll dive into this, and like I said, this is about an incident that took place in China with a bunch of young teens where one of them got lured into a building and got bullied to oblivion. And then they pretty much got a slap on the wrist for doing this. And there's a huge protest that took place within China, and it has become quite the scene because China tried to pretty much just undermine it, sweep it across the rug. It looks bad for the public image, all the above. But I just want to touch on this for the broader scope because it needs to be talked about, and these things need to be addressed, plain and simple. But first, before we dive in, please be sure to like and subscribe. It helps out tremendously. Thank you very much. So we're going to play the video here, and we'll go on with it as such, so y'all can go ahead and give a look to it. Now, as you see here, just a fair warning, while this stuff is blurred out, you can still tell what's happening very clearly, what is going on here. So light punishment for Chinese bullies that beat up girl 14 leads to rare protests and clashes with police. A bullying incident involving a 14-year-old girl took place outside school premises in, let's go ahead and go back to that, in Sichuan province, China on July 22nd. And look at this. You can see them just going crazy at this. Obviously, this girl's been getting bullied for a long time. Very clear. They lured this girl into a building and did this and had the audacity to record it at that. Let that sink in. They had the audacity to record it at that, which means that they were intentionally trying to just bash her image, put this out there for everyone to see, all of her classmates and everything. They were intending to do that. These are the worst type of people in the world. The worst type of people in the world. The incident involved a 14-year-old victim, Lai, and 3 other girls aged between 13 and 15. According to the local media, the 3 perpetrators allegedly lured Lai into an abandoned building following a dispute. If this is making you already feel infuriated, then you're a good person, quite frankly. If you're not feeling anything from this yet, yeah. After the videos of the bullying were exposed, police said on August 4th that 2 of the bullies had been sent to a correctional institute, the Guardian reported. Look at this. You saw that? They're hitting her with like a stick, dude. With a full-blown stick, bro. Look at that. Kick to the face. She doesn't want none of this, bro. She's not fighting back. She doesn't want any of this. She's not fighting back, bro. Look at the kicks here. Look at this. Look at this. Just getting this. It's like, bro, this isn't bullying, bro. She legit got jumped, bro. She got jumped. This ain't no bullying, bro. She got flat out jumped. Plain and simple, bro. The third bully had a number of onlookers. The third bully and a number of onlookers were criticized and educated, police said. Criticized and educated. Bro, what the hell does that even mean? It means they were giving a slap on the wrist. They were saying, oh, well, you shouldn't do that. And then they probably left them on their way. And the guardians were ordered to exercise strict discipline. Look at her. She's running away. She don't want none of that. Now, this is where you see that obviously people saw the punishment and they were not very happy about what happened here. The news angered netizens who claimed the punishment was too light. I agree. I would be out here with these folks, dude. I agree that was way too light, because what you have to understand here, that by giving them a slap on the wrist like this is why they do those things. You give them a slap on the wrist like this, There's going, oh, you get to send them to this correctional facility. You tell the parents to, be strict with their punishment or whatever, which you're not going to be. They're just going to come back out and do the same thing over again. If not to her, then to someone else. The punishment is way too light, especially when you have the video right here, the proof right here, everything happening right here. Clearly, this girl is being bullied to oblivion, and she's going to have to deal with the trauma of this too. So you're giving them a slap on the wrist. This girl has to deal with the trauma of this for the rest of her life, probably. Many took the streets on the same day to express their dissatisfaction in front of the police. Let's go back to that because I wrote that. In front of the city hall. In front of the city hall. Lai's parents were among the crowd at the municipal government building seeking justice for the daughter. Apparently, Lai's mother, I believe, is deaf as well. That's from what I read in a different article, is that Lai's mother is deaf as well. So obviously she's probably looking down upon as well because she is deaf, right? So that's why she's not having this voice, right? So other people are trying to speak up for her, But you can see here, BBC reported that things took a turn when officers began dragging protesters along the street and hitting them with batons. Onlookers were also told by the police not to discuss the incident with the media. So this is what's going on here. Not to discuss the incident with the media. So pretty much trying to sweep it under the rug. And so pretty much the censorship has happened here with this, revolving this. Censorship has happened with this. So of course, you could probably imagine there's some people at play. Probably some of the families of the girls who were doing the bullying probably have parents who are in higher powers, maybe lawyers or something of the sort, something like that. So of course, that probably plays a factor as well. But as you can see there, this whole situation is a complete and utter poop show. And this is so infuriating because these girls just straight up, look at this. I mean, like, dude, this is not bullying, dude. This is just flat out, she got jumped. She's getting humiliated. They're recording this, dude. Like, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, man. These are the types of things that this little girl, the one who's the victim here, these are types of things that make them want to leave the world behind. Obviously, you understand what I'm saying when I say that. I know this very well because I have seen this happen time and time again, growing up. I have a lot of friends who did not make it, have not made it, who died at a very young age from deciding to leave the world behind. Of course, I have friends who had their lives taken from them. All the above. I see this, and this is why I'm so adamant about this stuff. If you ever wonder why I'm so adamant about this stuff, it's because I have seen these things unfold all throughout my life. And in a sense, my childhood was played by seeing stuff like this happen. You know what I'm saying? So I always have been the person who stands up to these people. Because the people who do this stuff, like I said, they're the biggest cowards in the room. They're the biggest cowards in the room. And if you stand up to them, they don't know what to do. They never know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fairly, bigger guy. I've always been a fairly, not big, or not like fat, but like I'm a fairly, tall guy. And obviously, I have no problem defending myself. Right. So for the most part, seeing things like this happen, I'm going to go up to people and generally it'll probably stop. Back when I was in high school and whatnot, so it didn't happen a whole lot under my watch, that's for sure. But it definitely happened, outside of my watch. And of course, I'm not Superman or whatever. I don't want to be Superman, but these types of behaviors are just the most infuriating thing for me. And y'all have to understand, y'all, like this little girl, she's probably been bullied for a long time. These other girls getting a slap on the wrist, she's going to be traumatized for this for life. Because the other girls only got a slap on the wrist, there's no telling if other kids their age might see, oh well, I can just bully her and do all this stuff. And then, they try to use this video. This video is out there now, right? I'm sure there's uncensored versions of it on the internet elsewhere. And you know how kids are. So it's like she's gonna have to deal with this trauma for the rest of her life. Honestly, if you ask me, y'all, bro, you go after the kids here. The correctional facility isn't enough. A slap on the wrist definitely ain't enough. But you go after them parents too, dude. You go after them parents too. You strip them of their names, bruv, of their family fortune or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You strip them of their positions. You have to make an example of people in this situation. This is one of those cases where you have to be made an example of. Plain and simple. You know, whether you agree with me or not, I don't care, quite frankly. This is one of those situations, obviously all these people, a lot of China agrees with me. This is one of those situations where you have to be made an example of. Because this is not okay. And I see this stuff happen online all the time. I don't like any of y'all people, by the way. Any of y'all who do this online, and there's plenty of y'all who do this online. We see this all the time online. Y'all hide behind screen names and anonymous users, and y'all say stuff that y'all would never say in person. This has become normalized on the internet. I don't like any of y'all. Just let you know that right now. You're all cowards, every single one of you. You're just like these little girls bullying this girl. You're cowards. You wouldn't do it in person, face to face. You wouldn't. Plain and simple. You do it because you have a layer of protection behind you. And that's exactly what this is right here. She's not fighting back. She can't fight back. She doesn't want to fight back. She doesn't want nothing to do with this. Yeah, here they are. And this is just, bro. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna stop here. I'm starting to actually get like stirred up from this. And so here in this article, they actually talk about what happened. Videos purportedly show Lai being hit with a stick. Lai warned her assailants she would call the police, only to be dismissed by her attackers. One of the girls said they were not afraid, while another claimed she had been to the police station over 10 times. She added that she had been let off in under 20 minutes. Lai was left with multiple bruises on Lai's scalp and knees, according to the police. The three suspects are all female, ages 13, 14, 15. There are reports that the girl Lai had been bullied incessantly. Her mother, who was reportedly deaf, had been pleading with authorities to act. Police on August 4th said 2 of the attackers were being sent to a correctional facility. Onlookers and a third girl who participated in the abuse were criticized and educated, the police added. They said the teens' guardians had been ordered to exercise strict discipline, as we saw in the video, but not everyone is satisfied. So obviously, as you see here, those online have demanded more punishment for the teenagers who attacked Lai, particularly given the reports that the victim had been bullied for a while. It's very obvious by the nature of the video that this is not a first one-off occasion. It's not. It's very obvious by that. This has been happening for some time. The sentence is too light. That is why they are so arrogant. Correct. They know that they're going to get slapped on the wrist, so they're going to do it again. These people need to be made an example of. In cases like these, they need to be made an example of. Period. Then over 1,000 protesters took the streets outside of City Hall, the local government offices, and whatnot, protesting this. And of course, the authorities have reacted, as you saw with the police dragging people away. Pretty much, the police were told to pretty much censor, to wrap it up, to sweep it under the rug. That's what happened here, and you see why everyone is upset by this. But nonetheless, y'all, I just wanted to bring attention to this because it's not okay. It's genuinely not okay, y'all. And I want y'all to know it's not okay. None of this is okay. Be better than what this was. Be better. And if you see someone going through this, speak up. Maybe don't, go there. Maybe, if not everyone's like me. So, maybe don't go over there yourself, but tell someone. Let someone know. Put them, make it known. You feel me? Don't let this stuff just run on. I'm sure this girl's been getting bullied for a long time. For a very long time. At any rate, y'all, yeah, that's about it. That's about it. So I just wanted to bring this. Like I said, every now and then y'all get a passion video. This is one of those passion videos because I feel very strongly about this. So every now and then y'all get a passion video. But be sure to like and comment down below. Let me know what you think about the situation. Let me know about any experiences that you maybe seen or had or whatever. If you want to speak on them, and be sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Much love. Holla. Spike content.